Hi guys, it's Colleen from Siempre Soul 1111. I hope you're well. This is going to be the Divine Feminine reading for this coming week. The readings are timeless, so if you watch this at a later stage, that's fine and it resonates with you, then the reading is meant for you. I've got, for anybody new that's subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. And anybody new that's watching that hasn't subscribed, feel free to hit that button. And if you'd like to be notified and you've got a YouTube login and you'd like to be notified of when I upload videos, just hit the little bell next to it. If you don't have a YouTube login and you're watching this independently, feel free to follow my Instagram page if you have one. It's at Siempre Soul 1111. And on there I'll update when I'm uploading new videos so that you'll know when they're also being uploaded, so you can check them out. I do weekly readings on Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine and Elemental readings, and then I do monthly star signs. I've only just uploaded, or will be uploading, the air signs for the month of May. I was running a little bit late on those as for the individual star signs due to a family bereavement and a funeral at the end of last week. So busy trying to catch up now. Make sure I get the videos out to you guys. So Aquarius, Gemini and Libra, your videos will be up today. Okay. Right, let's pull the energies for my Divine Feminines. This coming week. Overarching energy, 8 of Wands. Fast moving communication coming in. A lot of wands in this first one. 2 of Cups, soulmate connection, temperance, trusting in your intuition. Connection's been feeling you, left you waiting and feeling burdened. Interestingly, in the masculine reading that I just done, the energies I picked up was that the masculine needed to move forward and speak to the feminine about how he was feeling. And that the feminine energy had sort of reached a point where it was holding space but carrying on with the life. Masculines are feeling sort of somewhat stuck, anxious. They're going through a tough time, you know, trying to come to terms with this connection. But they have got union on their mind. For you feminines, the 2 of Cups, again, that's a soulmate card for me. Because the 4 of Wands is my twin flame card. But I definitely think you've been following your intuition instead of focusing on giving the love, giving all your love to your masculine. You're holding space for him. And when I talk about him and her, I'm using pronouns. Feminines could be a male, vice versa. Okay, so just take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't. But in essence, the masculine reading was surrounding communication and then feeling very trapped, but wanting union with their feminines. And your reading, feminines, for me, I feel is about you putting the love that you were so freely giving to your masculine and all the energy that you were putting into chasing him. I feel like you've reached a point where you're investing that in yourself. If you look at these 2 cards, they're both, there's any equal exchanges on the cups, look, in the Temperance card and also the 2 of Cups. So this is about you reinvesting that love into yourself and not waiting, because the waiting only left you feel burdened. And the 10s are about cycles coming to an end. So this is about the connection previously burdening you, and now you have sort of almost released that burden because they're back to back. Look here, you've released that burden and you're just trusting in the divine. If this connection is meant to happen, it will. And instead of waiting, you're just going to focus on yourself. And there's communication that needs to come in. So does the masculine. The reading that I've just read up on, 100% he knows that he needs to come forward. But I think you've just reached a point where you're not indifferent about the connection, feminines, the collective I'm picking up on here. But he needs to make the first step forward. And until that happens, you're just going to consistently focus on yourself. Yeah, look. Communication and wishes being granted. Your wish is that the masculine will communicate to you as and when he's ready and he's gone through his process of healing. I'm so glad I shuffle on screen, because you could not, excuse my language, but you couldn't fucking write this. Look what's clarifying the 2 of Cups, the Lover's card. Your heart's with your masculine, but you're holding space at the moment. You're focusing on yourself and your own intuition. And that is a change. You know, look at this, clarifying the temperance is the wheel of fortune. This is a huge shift in you. And as I said in the reading for the masculines, they've felt that shift, feminines. You know, more power to you guys for just saying, you know what I was doing wasn't working. I need to focus more on me. And moving away from that energy of waiting, the cycle is that you've been victorious surrounding that. You've got, you know, you are going to be victorious, and you're just laying it all down and moving on. Yeah, look, 10 and 10, look here, 10 of Pentacles, fulfillment, finding stability and fulfillment within yourself. Cycles coming to end. Wands are about action. You're not acting anymore. You're just going within, focusing on your own progression, your own development, your own growth. And that's key. Okay, so let's find out that present situation for the divine feminines. Divine feminines here. We'll go with one more. Wishes being granted surrounding communication. You couldn't write this. King of Cups. Yeah. You're emotionally very stable now, feminines. You know. In finding that stability, it's kind of forced the masculine to realise what he's lost. I think he's not been necessarily seeing it, and his sort of dark night of the soul, if we call that, or his anxiety and sleepless nights have forced definitely for him to go within. You know, until he reaches a point where he's got the courage and the strength to speak up and talk to you about this connection and how he's feeling, he is just in a stage of contemplation and going within. 7 of Swords. Mentally, he's got to have understanding. He's got to have faith. He's got to be able to reflect, because the 8 of Cups is about walking away, movement, change. And emotionally, I feel that in you walking away, feminines, or holding space and not chasing anymore, it has created a void that he has definitely noticed. And in seeing you, you know, look, he's looking back. He knows where you're going, but he can't go back. He can't stop you doing that. He can't until he's got the wisdom. Moving towards the Hermit. Moving towards wisdom. Communicating and making that offer of love towards you, feminine, so that he can step into his King of Cups power. And let's be honest, feminines, that's what you deserve. You deserve a King of Cups. Let's get clarifiers on this. King of Pentacles. Yes, feminines, you deserve financial stability. Look, Ace of Cups clarifying there. New beginnings, a new beginning, love, and I feel that is self-love. Being okay with being single, feminines. You know, being okay with being single, feeling contented within yourself. Queen of Wands, clarifying the Hermit here. Again, I think that's the case for me. I feel like the energy surrounding that is about you knowing you've done enough. Yeah, look. You put the hard work in. You want to see the fruits of your labour. Masculine needs to come forward now. It's his turn to put the legwork in. To, you know, bring this union and this connection into fruition. You know, in your reading, we've got the 2 of Cups and the Lover's card. Ace of Cups. In theirs, in the masculine's reading, it was the 4 of Wands. That for me doesn't get any clearer. You know, this connection is the real deal. But the more you try and force it, overall outcome, look, Ace of Wands, new beginnings. New beginnings in how you act, feminine. Yeah. Forward movement. Post a period of contemplation. This one always, that song, he's got the whole world in his hands, pops into my head, and you have got the whole world. You're going to move forward and do what's right for you. Find that balance. You've made the decision to stop chasing. 6 of Swords. You don't need to problem solve and fix everything. to find fulfillment. And that shift and that change in that mentality, that movement towards satisfaction and happiness. 10 of Cups. You've got every major love card come up in yours and his reading. The 2 of Cups and Lovers and the 10 of Cups with yours. And with the masculine reading, getting those 4 of Wands for me is about that. I do feel feminine, you know, that the energy here is you've done your bit. I think you've made it very, very clear to the masculine about how you feel, what you think, what you want. He just needs to come forward. Look. 8 of Swords, movement. This came up in his reading. So this, you know, the new beginning that you need to see is him moving away from that mentality and not being, you know, not seeing this connection as something toxic. That actually, once you put the work in, there will be happiness at the end of it. There will be union. The 4 of Wands in his reading. 6 of Swords clarified by the 3 of Clubs. I think feminines, you're just going to be spending a bit of time with friends, moving towards your friends, not being so stuck in your head. Not waiting. Look, Ace of Wands clarifying the 2 of Wands there. This is about new beginnings and not waiting. This is about seeing forward movement and finding stability in the 3D on your own. I think both of you are at stages where you know about this connection. Excuse me. I definitely think the masculine collective I'm picking up on at the moment knows about this connection and they're starting to understand it. But I think as they're awakening more and as you're not chasing as much feminines, I feel that they're really noticing that void. And they need to make sure that, you know, when they do step forward, it's not out of fear of losing the connection. It's because it's the right thing to do and they've actually done the work. You know, let's just put an angel oracle card. Innocence, beloved one, everyone is guiltless in truth, as no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. Give us your feelings of heaviness so we can lighten your load. Give us any guilt, anger or blame that may shroud your loving outlook. Enjoy the peace within your heart once more. So again, yeah, masculines need to, you know, feminines, you found that. You found that inner peace. You understand that this journey is about you. It's about coming into union with yourself. And if you get physical union with your twin, well, that's an added bonus. And that will happen as and when the time is right. It's almost like you guys have surrendered to what is, and it will take what time it takes. If it happens, if it happens, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I feel almost like you know, you've stepped into a really balanced way of being, and they just need to catch up if they choose to do that. I just, like you say, the innocence element of that for me is kind of like page energy. The masculine's not quite in his kings yet, you know, specifically surrounding communication, because he didn't get the king of swords in the last reading. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Love yourself first, feminine. See? So again, the red flags here are about putting in, you know, you putting in too much work. The red flag is about reinvesting that love into yourself so you're not depleted. And loving yourself first, look. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So, you know, when we talk about unconditional love, that's one thing. But there still needs to be boundaries, you know. And at the moment, you need to see your masculine put in the same level of effort. So love yourself first. Feminines, keep doing what you're doing. Masculines, I wish you all the best of luck. Follow your intuition. Trust your guidance. I know that doesn't come naturally to you guys, but the feminine's holding space. She's not given up on the connection yet. And feminines, well done. Take care, darlings. Bye.